AC source connected across it. Here, this is the RLC circuit and AC source connected across it, like say E naught sin omega t. Here we have taken the current at base, the same because of series combination here. RLC in this voltage same, voltage leading, current lagging, current leading, voltage lagging. So this is the phasor diagram we see, and this is say VR I naught. We are seeing VL is more than VC. In that case, phi positive. We are getting some sort of this figure here. VL minus VC, and this is the resultant E naught, and this is the phi difference. So VR square plus VL minus VC whole square under root. This is E naught. And in terms of this is voltage triangle, in terms of impedance triangle, we are written like this: XL minus XC. This is say R, and this is Z impedance. What was the formula of impedance? Z equal to R square plus XL minus XC whole square root of it. What is the value of XL? XL is omega L 1 upon omega C XC plus R square root of it. We were discussing the resonance condition, especially resonance condition. So at resonance, what will happen? VL and VC, they are equal. I naught XL, or you can say it means I naught cancel out, XL equal to XC. I naught whatever it is cancel out. XL means omega L is equal to 1 upon omega C, and omega will be 1 upon root LC. It is called either omega naught or omega R. It is called resonant frequency. Or in terms of mu, we can write here mu naught or mu R is 1 upon 2 pi LC. So at resonant frequency, these two voltage across L and C, XL, XC both are equal. So what will happen? These two cancel out. We are getting the voltage across the resistance only. And this whole circuit, RLC series circuit, will behave like pure resistive circuit. It was the case of resonance. We have discussed the graphs also. Here, say R does not depend on frequency. If suppose XL is omega L, so directly proportional to frequency, and XC will be, it is decreasing because it is 1 by omega C. What about say Z? Very important part again. What about Z? How it varies with frequency? At the resonant frequency here, omega is equal to omega naught or omega R. These two are 0. Omega L is equal to what? 1 by omega C. XL is equal to XC. So Z is equal to R. It means the minimum Z will be equal to R. Z minimum equal to R only. If you increase the frequency, Z increases. If you decrease the frequency, now omega L is dominating over this capacitive reactance 1 by omega C. So whole square will be positive. Something added here. If suppose omega is decreasing, then 1 by omega C part increasing, and this is decreasing. This minus sign because of whole square it is positive. So again it is added. It means Z is more. The reverse case here, I is equal to what? It is say E naught divided by Z If Z is minimum at resonant frequency, then current will be like this. At resonant frequency, there is the maximum current here, I maximum, and here is, this is say, if the increasing, the decreasing, increasing, so decreasing. This is the graph for current. We have discussed this yesterday. Any doubt in this? Especially these two, because these are very much related at resonance. At resonance, Z is what? Minimum, I is maximum. On the other hand, if Z is increasing both sides, whether is more than this resonance frequency or less than, in both the cases Z is increasing, current is decreasing because it is reciprocal. Any doubt up to this? Now, discussion of this current. We are discussing here this part. See, omega versus this current. At resonance, omega is equal to omega naught. We are getting this sort of curve. Okay, so this is the curve we have seen already. I and omega. It depends only on R. So what is I? I is equal to E naught by Z minimum, that is R. If suppose in any circuit, XL, XC, they are equal at particular frequency omega naught, but R remains in the circuit. So total impedance is equal to resistance only. Suppose in resistance, in any circuit resistance is more, current will be less, and vice versa. Suppose R is less, then I will be more, and R is more, I will be less. So you can say here, let us discuss this the graph. There are two graphs, and let us say in between this is the graph like. So you can say R is minimum here, let R is equal to let 1 ohm. This is say suppose 10 ohm. This is say 50 or say 100 ohms. So from this graph also, from this formula also, we can say if resistance is more, current is less, and vice versa. If it is less, it will be more. In these curves also we can see these are the sharp curve we are getting if resistance is less. Blunt curve we are getting if resistance is more, because at resonance we are concerned with the resistance only. So this is at resonance only, resistance is important. XL, XC both cancel out. So we are getting impedance just equal to R. So at resonance here R is important. If R is less, I is more, R is more, current is less. So we are getting the sharp curve for less resistance circuit and blunt curve for more resistive circuit. Got it? We can define a new term here called quality factor or sharpness. Sharpness means it will give you this information. If this curve is sharp, then resistance is less, current is more, power is more. It means the quality factor or the sharpness here will get, for this discussion here, the quality factor or the sharpness. At resonance we are discussing the quality factor. Quality factor very much related here with the sharpness. Sharpness means here like this. A more sharp curve, more quality factor is, then we are getting the maximum current here, more maximum current. If resistance is less or more power we are getting from the series RLC circuit at resonance only. Any doubt here? So quality vector can be defined like this is the ratio quality vector or Q factor, sometimes called also Q factor. So quality vector can be defined as voltage across L or voltage across C upon applied voltage. This is the definition of quality vector. This is the ratio of voltage across L inductance upon applied voltage or voltage across C upon applied voltage. Because at resonance VL VC both are same, either we write VL or we write VC, both are same thing. So quality vector or sharpness or Q factor is defined as the voltage across L or voltage across C upon applied voltage. I take this VC or VL, we are getting the same thing. What is VL? It is say you can write VL upon VR, because whatever voltage is there, it comes across the resistance only at resonance. VL VC cancel out, so this is your resistive circuit. So applied voltage is appearing across R only. Here VL can be written I naught XL and VR can be written I naught R. I naught also cancel out. What is the value of this XL? XL is omega L. So we can write here omega naught L. What is omega naught? It is say 1 by under root LC. We have derived this relation 1 by under root LC. This is L upon R. So quality vector final formula comes here. L will be cancelled out 1 by R, L by C. This is the final formula for quality factor. This is the final formula for quality factor. Okay, small L by C. Okay. So this is the final formula for quality factor. Can you see this derivation quality vector? Very simple. It is defined as voltage across L or C upon applied voltage. Applied voltage equal to VR. Putting the value of VL, VR, I naught XL, I naught R, I naught cancel out. What is XL? Omega naught L at resonance. Omega L, omega value here 1 upon under root LC, L cancel out. So this is the final formula. Any doubt up to this? Tell me, any doubt? So please note down this figure also and quality vector derivation also. And definition of quality vector is this ratio of VL upon applied or VC upon applied voltage. Either way. Here. Any doubt, please tell me. If we take VC, we are getting the same thing. We are getting the same thing. See this quality vector here is VC upon E naught, which is equal to VR or I naught XC upon I naught R. I naught also cancel out. So XC will be 1 by omega C. What is the value of omega? Omega naught is 1 by under root LC. It comes up. So we are getting this relation here again. So either you solve it with VL or VC, we are getting the same result, as you can see, because VL and VC both are same thing. But here we are using the different formula for VC and VL, but end result is the same. So at resonance, voltage across L or voltage across C same, and quality vector is also same, because at resonance resistance is important. But if you want to calculate the value of quality vector, This is the formula 1 by R upon under root L by C. It is not XL XC, mind it. It is simply under root L by C and 1 by R. At resonance, resistance is important. Again repeating, resistance is important. At resonance, this RLC circuit will behave like pure resistance only. Just note down and you can ask any doubt. Yes, please. Just note down. Because I am going to rub it. Taking the new topic. In parallel resonance also, and power related with RLC circuit. If you are taking R, then what is the power average in one cycle? If you are taking L, then what is the power, or C, what is the average power? Or if you are taking RLC circuit, what is the average power in one cycle? Here at resonance, we can select the particular frequency for which current is maximum, just like in say any selective circuit like your mobile, like say any signal coming, any channel is coming, you can select the particular frequency the channel or mobile is having. Accordingly, you select the value of L and C at a particular frequency. XL, XC both are same, so we are getting the resonance condition. At resonance, we are getting the maximum power for that particular frequency of the same series RLC circuit, and at particular frequency, it is matched with the frequency coming from the channel or through mobile. And in the setup, say whether it is mobile or TV, whatever it is, we select the particular frequency which is matching with the coming frequency or channel frequency or mobile frequency. In that case, current is more, power is more. For that particular frequency, we are getting the more power, more current, and that particular frequency we can have the signal by that channel. There are many channels coming, there are 200 channels coming, a particular frequency, only one channel for which power is more, maximum, current is maximum. For other signals, they are coming also, but we cannot see because there are less current, less power. So rather you can see at resonance, particular channel, particular frequency is dominating to others. Other signals are also coming, but we cannot see. We can see only single channel. So it is called selective circuit. In parallel resonance, we reject the circuit. Suppose we don't want any signal, any particular phone call for mobile also, for particular say any channel which is undesirable, like cartoon channel for say small kids. We want to avoid it, but that is coming to your TV. We can select the parallel combination circuit, and for that current becomes 0. That is coming, but you cannot see it. Similarly, for rejector circuit, a phone call is coming, but it is not ringing to your mobile, and mobile is not receiving that particular signal. So this way we can select the circuit at resonance, and for parallel we can reject the signal for a particular frequency, whether it is radio, whether it is mobile, whether it is say TV or anything. Got this point? So a series RLC circuit is also called selective circuit. At resonance only, we are talking about at resonance. Current is maximum, in parallel current becomes 0. Any doubt up to this? Have you noted down? These are very important information I am giving you. Please note down this also. Normally in books you cannot find such type of information because it is practically related, this topic practically related with the say mobile, TV, why you can select, how can you select the particular channel, particular frequency, and how can you reject the particular channel or particular frequency. These are valid for any setup, namely like radio, like say any wireless, or you can say mobile or TV or whatever. Got it? So should I proceed to new topic? If there is no doubt, or have you noted down this? Yes, please. Should I proceed? But since today we are discussing the average power associated with pure resistance, pure inductance, pure capacitance, and the combination series RLC circuit. First of all, let us take the resistance. So this is the derivation of power average for one cycle. Power average in pure resistance when AC source is connected across it in one cycle. What is the power average in one cycle? Suppose we connect here this resistance, and this is AC, this is E naught sin omega t, I is equal to I naught sin omega t plus or minus nothing, because in pure resistance current and voltage are in the same phase. So there is no phase difference between the current and voltage in case of pure resistance. This we have seen. Now, work done or energy associated with the resistance. Here resistance is there, so you can also say this is the heat dissipation. Dissipation means heat loss. So either you say work done or heat dissipation. In resistance we use dissipation, otherwise work done or energy associated with the circuit in for one small time interval is very small dt. In time small time dt, the formula of heat is I square RT. Here we are taking dt. This is correct formula for energy. I square R is power. Please don't note down this. This is the power correct, and here V square upon R dt also. This is also correct. If I am taking this and this, I and V, we are getting the current, but we are not getting the voltage. Or another formula is V I dt. This is also true. I am taking this. Why? Reason behind here it, we are getting the information for voltage also, we are getting the information for current also. So it is the most suitable formula, although all the three formulas are correct. I am taking VI dt because we want information for voltage also and for current also. That is why I am taking this formula VI dt. In AC, we are writing here E rather than voltage V. So here, what is the energy associated heat dissipation in resistance if AC source is connected in a small time interval dt, that is, we are not writing I square RT, we are writing EI dt. EI dt. Got it now? Why we are taking EI? Because we want information, voltage also and current also, both. Putting the value of E and I from this circuit, E is equal to E naught sin omega t, I is equal to I naught sin omega t. There is no phase difference between the current and voltage. Putting the values here, E is equal to E naught sin omega t, I is equal to I naught sin omega t. So it will become sin square omega t. I think in this equation, say there is no doubt. We have put the value of E and I simply. Got it? If we want to find out the total work done, total energy association, total heat developed in one cycle, so we have to integrate it. from 0 to t. T is the time period for one cycle. So this is the total heat we are getting. Now we cannot integrate it. We have to substitute it. Put the formula here. We have already discussed this. Let us discuss whether you know it or not. Sin square omega t can be written as 1 minus cos 2 omega t divided by 2. And cos square, although it is not there, but 1 plus cos 2 omega t divided by 2. So sin square omega t must be replaced with 1 minus cos 2 omega t upon 2. Okay, this is the half angle formula we have discussed in earlier means when we were discussing the RMS value, average value. Then I told you have noted down that also, but recall it. Sin square omega t is replacing with 1 minus cos 2 omega t upon 2. So here E naught I naught upon 2 and 1 minus cos 2 omega t upon 2 comes here. 0 to t. I think there is no doubt because we are replaced with this formula and now you integrate it. 1 means dt integration means t only, 0 to t, and cos 2 omega t, the integration. What is the integration of cos 2 omega t? Nobody? It is sin 2 omega t upon 2 omega. Because this is the multiplier here, we are putting the value of integration limit 0 to t. Now you are telling me up to this point, if there is any doubt, please ask. As we are not asking, it can be considered as there is no doubt. Up to this line, EI dt, putting the value EI, replacing sin square omega t 1 minus cos 2 omega t upon 2. We are integrating 1 dt means t only. Cos 2 omega t can be written as by integration formula sin 2 omega t upon the multiplier of t 1 by 2 omega here. Up to this line, any doubt?
Sir.
Yes, please.
No.
In which line? Yes, please.
Sir, it is clear.
Okay, good, very good. So, if you know the formula, small formula, I think 5-6 formulas are there. For you people also, for bio students also, there will be no problem. But you must learn the few formulas for only those formulas which are using in AC. If you learn it, there will be no problem. Okay, very good. So here, if you put the limit E naught I naught upon 2, it's upper limit minus lower limit. Here also sin 2. What is the value of omega? Omega can be written as 2 pi by capital T, 2 pi by capital T, and upper limit is T minus sin 0. Sin 0 is 0, you know. Sin 4 pi is also 0. So this part, second part is 0. Sin 0 is 0, lower limit, and sin 2 pi by t, 2 into 2 pi by t, t cancel out, sin 4 pi is 0 also. So this second part is 0. The heat formula here is can be written as E naught I naught T upon 2 can be written as root 2. If we divide H by T, we are getting the power average in one cycle. This is the heat upon time is power average can be written. This is, what is this? E naught by root 2. What is E naught and I naught are the maximum values, and E naught upon root 2 is the RMS value. So we can write here E RMS, I RMS, E RMS, I RMS. This is the final formula for the power, average power for one cycle. If the pure resistance is there in the circuit and AC source connected in one cycle, average power is given by this formula where ERMS, IRMS are there. ERMS, IRMS are also called virtual values or effective values. The name is different only. Otherwise, it is RMS, E and current also RMS. This is the average power derivation for the resistance, pure resistance, if AC source is connected. Any doubt in this? If there is no doubt, let us discuss then pure inductance.
It's mine.
Yes, please. Hello. I am rubbing this. I am taking a new case. That is the pure inductance. That is the pure inductance. If we are taking the pure inductance, here inductance, then what is the change in the current? You tell me. You please tell me what is the change in the current. Expression I is equal to I naught sin omega t minus 90. This is the phase difference. We have discussed twice. In case of pure inductance, this phase difference here is negative minus pi by 2. This derivation we have discussed twice. We are not telling. We are not taking here heat dissipation. Reason here is dissipation in the resistance only. So work done associated, we write here work done or energy associated with L during small time dt. We are not writing here dH heat, but we are writing the work done and EI dt. But before discussing, this is the formula you know, sin 2 omega t or sin 2 theta equal 2 sin theta cos theta. This is also the formula for, this is say for sin half angle, formula for cos 2 omega t. This is the formula, we are replacing this and this. So either you write sin 2 omega t, replace with sin 2 theta cos theta. Here theta is omega t, so write here omega t, or you can say theta. This is the formula here. You write this way also, sin omega t cos omega t, because we are replacing here this term by this sin 2 omega t. Now let's discuss say EI dt, the same expression, putting the value of E here is E naught sin omega t. I is equal to I naught sin omega t minus 90. So here I am writing say sin omega t here and I. Simply we have put the value of E is equal to E naught sin omega t, I naught sin omega t minus 90. Okay. No problem. Now, what is this? Sin 90 minus theta is what? Cos theta. But sin omega t minus 90 is what? Minus cos theta. Because this is sin 90 minus theta and sin theta minus 90. They are two different things. If it is written sin 90 minus theta, it's plus cos theta. Here we are writing minus E naught I naught sin omega t cos omega t dt. If you multiply and divide with this and integrating 0 to t for total work done, sin 2 omega t cos 2 omega t can be written as sin 2 omega t by this formula, half angle formula. In place of sin 2 sin omega t cos omega t, we are writing simply sin 2 omega t. So here it can be written as sin 2 omega t dt. Integrating here, we are getting this result. The integration of sin is cos, so minus cos minus cos, it will become plus, and cos 2 omega t divided by 2 omega comes here. Putting the limit 0 to t, here it can be written E naught I naught upon 4 omega. 4 omega. Look this upper limit. Here upper limit cos 2 into 2 pi by t. Upper limit is t minus cos 0. Cos 0 is minus 1 and cos 4 pi plus 1. So 1 minus 1 is what? 0. It means average power in one cycle is 0 in case of pure inductance. Average power is 0 in case of pure inductance. You know, these small formula, there will be no problem in the derivation, and these derivations are normally coming in the board. Any doubt in this? Sin 90 minus theta is plus cos theta. Sin omega t minus 90 is minus cos theta. And 2 sin omega t cos omega t can be replaced with this sin 2 omega t. So if we are writing here, this replacing this formula, using this formula of half angle formula, 2 sin omega t cos omega t with sin 2 omega t. So from this, sin omega t minus 90 is minus cos omega t, and 2 sin omega t cos omega t replaced with sin 2 omega t. This is the integration. Again the formula minus cos 2 omega t upon 2 omega. Putting the limit here, cos 2 omega means 2 pi by t, upper limit minus lower limit. Cos 0 you know 1, cos 4 pi plus 1, 1 minus 1 is what? 0. So we are getting the average power 0 in one cycle. In one cycle, average power is 0. Got it?